here at MWC26 with Mobile World Live. And joining me, we have Shekar Ayyar. He is the Chairman and CEO of Arrcus. Shekar, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, David. It's wonderful being here.
So in just a few short years, Arrcus has gone from a startup to becoming a central player in AI networking. So tell us how you've achieved that.
Yeah, fundamentally, there have been three catalysts that have been driving that. First and foremost, it's the data center build-out. Just kind of globally, there is a rush to go out and make sure that there's data center capacity all across the globe to service just all kinds of needs, everything from today's needs to tomorrow's needs. The second thing is really on the telco and mobility side, which is people have built out their 5G networks, and they are now kind of scratching their heads on figuring out how to go and monetize that and build applications on top of it. And then the third one, of course, is unless you're living under a rock, you've heard of AI about at least 16 times already just in the past 5 seconds. So that's the third trend.
So your timing is good, essentially.
Exactly.
So we've got AI shifting from training to large-scale inference. That's the kind of big trend right now.
Yep.
And you've just introduced the Arrcus Inference Network Fabric.
That's right.
So how are customers going to benefit from that fabric?
Yeah, so think about AI fundamentally as two problems. One, where you have these giant models, you train them, you've got all these large-scale data centers that are just focused on doing that. Then when you have these models trained, you've got to use those results somewhere, and that's where inferencing comes in. And almost always, the places where you use these inferencing results are distributed points across the globe. I mean, you could be an autonomous driving vehicle company, or you could be an oil drilling company, or you could be a retail bank. But the edge nodes are where a lot of the inferencing takes place. And at these edge nodes, you now have distributed points that have to know how to interpret policies that are very specific to those nodes. One of the big problems with AI inferencing is latency. How quickly do you get the results when you ask a question? And in order to improve this or reduce the latency, improve the throughput, and make sure results come faster, you've got to have a network fabric that is able to understand these policies and cache appropriately and send the route the requests and steer the requests to the right caches and make sure the results come back. This is where we have announced this fundamentally breathtaking technology called Arrcus Inference Network Fabric that allows our customers to take those policies and interpret them at different points in the inference network, all the way from the LLM application on top right down to the networking layer at the bottom.
So essentially a purpose-built solution.
Absolutely, yes.
So you're making some big announcements here at MWC. If you can give us a few sort of key highlights of those announcements and what they say about the future, essentially.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're making announcements with a number of partners. I mean, first and foremost, we are actually showcasing our Arrcus Inference Network Fabric, or AINF, in our booth, so please come there. And then I have also seen that we've got partner announcements teed up with Fujitsu Infinity. We've got announcements teed up with Lightstorm, with UFI Space, with Lanner. And of course, as these announcements come out, you'll see what we're announcing. But some of these have to do with, for example, processors that are purpose-built for inferencing in AI. So we're just super excited to have these announcements. We also have a press event on Tuesday. So I'd love to have everybody come by our booth and then come by our press event as well.
It sounds like some good news flow there.
Absolutely.
Shekar, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
Thanks for having me.